Welcome to Non-Sucky Podcast, episode 40, take 2.
I'm Sandra, this is Stefan. If you hear me clapping, because there's a mosquito in here.
She's really excited about doing it.
There's a mosquito in here, I'm trying to get it, because it will eat me alive.
Alright, so we're going to go over a lot of things that already went over last week, but this time it won't just be a single person, it'll be, you hear two different people's takes on it. It's like half the stuff for this one. Alright, let's jump to it. Actually, I'm going to start
Don't even tell me if you see this thing, right? Seriously, it will eat me.
Alright.
I'm just saying, if you see it. Okay.
First up, new news. They announced today, Dualshock 4, Sony announced they put a patch out for the PS3. It was like a small patch, but it now allows the Dualshock 4 controller for the PS4 to now work on the PS3, so you don't need your Dualshock 3 anymore. Yay. So your DualShock 4 will work on your PS4, your PS3, and your Apple TVs whenever those are released, unless you already have one from overseas for whatever reason.
Wait, what? It works on your Apple TV?
No, sorry, the PlayStation TV.
Oh.
PlayStation's version of the Apple TV. Yeah, they're all the same thing now. Okay, yeah, that was the big news of today. But now let's jump back over to Hollywood news. I talked about last week, there's a petition online for the Elsa lookalike to be casted for the Once Upon a Time. Mm-hmm. And it has I believe it has a lot of signatures so far. They still have not casted Elsa, but they did cast Anna and the guy.
Olaf?
No, the love interest.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot his name.
The lumberjack.
Oh gosh, his moose deer guys they have the same name, I think. Sven?
Sure.
Sven. I think it's Sven.
I am proud I don't know the names, but other than Anna and Elsa. They casted Anna. Mm-hmm. And it's a newcomer.
And your love interest, Sven.
Yeah, that guy is the guy from that show, Greek. Mm-mm. He played, what's his name? He played the drunken main frat guy from Greek. He looks like him. Yeah. They did a good casting job with that. And then talked about last week where they made the announcement that Aquaman for the Batman vs Superman movie and Justice League and everything is going to be Jason Momoa. And then I put a question down. Is DC Comics trying to introduce too many heroes at once for a single movie?
So how many characters do they have right now?
Oh, they're supposed to be introducing all the Justice League, it sounds like, in this next movie to prepare for the Justice League movie.
So you'd rather them have split movies first? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, kind of like Marvel did, where they gave people who don't read comics get time to know who the characters are and their origins, versus they're cramming them all together. Like, it takes place immediately after Man of Steel, and all of a sudden you have Batman popping up, which everyone knows that is right now.
That's why, you know?
But then you have Diana and Wonder Woman popping up, and you have
I think that's okay, cause
Flash popping up.
Because you get these other superhero type movies from characters that aren't even mainstream. It's not even comic characters, they just make them up for the movie. And you get stuff like that all the time. You get to know the characters in the movie. So if the movie is made well, then you're not going to get the whole backstory, but it'll maybe make you interested in the backstory.
But the Avengers, like the first time where a grouping like that was done well, and Warner Brothers is going to try the same thing, which they got lucky with the Batman trilogy.
Why is it luck? What do you mean?
With it turning out to be so, like, they took a gamble by having Christopher Nolan handle the Batman trilogy, and it paid off because
it was good.
First two was really good.
So I don't get it. That's what exactly they just have to do it really well. If it's made really well, then I think it'll be fine to do it. I don't have any issues with them doing it. They just need to do it well. And then if they do, if it's a good movie, then of course people are going to want to see the next one.
But if they don't do a great job with it, I think that's going to kill
all
DC.
The rest of them. Yeah,
exactly. That's the scary part. It's like you finally start having some good DC movies, and then all of a sudden,
well, it is going to put everybody on the line. It's like, okay, well, it's not a very good Justice League movie. People aren't going to be as interested in seeing the individual characters in their own movies if they wind up doing that.
Because I know the original plan was for them to do this Batman vs Superman movie years ago.
Yeah.
And then they were going to finally do it. Then all of a sudden, last minute, they decided they're going to go ahead and do Justice League and throw everything else in there. That's why it's like...
So the Batman vs Superman, that's going to be the Justice League movie?
That's the intro to the Justice League movie.
The intro?
Yeah. It's called Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, where they, instead of being a Batman vs Superman movie, they decided to make it Batman vs Superman plus the addition of all the Justice League movie. And then a cliffhanger.
It's kind of like you already know Batman and Superman, but let's reintroduce them, right? And then you have the additional characters and let's introduce them. So I think that's okay. They just, but it's going to hang on.
I would have held off and seen how Superman 2 did, and then how a movie with the new Batman casted does.
Because if you think about this too, all the movies that Marvel did do, with even excluding Hulk, because they didn't really redo that one, but
they redid it.
What? No, they didn't. When? Not with the same guy. No,
I know it was a different guy each time.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They didn't really, excluding that one because they didn't do him, and Scarlett Johansson because they didn't do her, but
and Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, and Hawkeye. But they did Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, and they all did really well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, I mean, even if you think about it, if any of those failed, it'd make you a lot less interested in the character, maybe even less interested in seeing Justice League. So I guess it's really the same thing.
With so many people split on Man of Steel with them, that darker route they took with it, I would have taken a chance with another Man of Steel 2 and see if it still did as well. Because if it didn't, then, maybe not make the Justice League so dark. But moving on, Orange is the New Black Season 2. You finally finished it?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I liked it. Although the ending, this is not going to be a spoiler, but how they did a certain part at the end, and you know what I'm talking about, the very, very end, I thought they would have dragged that part out.
They should have left the cliffhanger? Yeah,
cliffhanger, or dragged it out a little more. Like, it'd be more, what is it called? Premeditated or something. You know what I mean? Instead of it just, like a lot more, not thought. I think it ended really well, though. There's nothing wrong with that. It's absolutely fine. But in my head, I was thinking something else was going to happen. And I was like, oh, okay.
I ended up liking the second season more than the first season. First season, I had to force myself to get through those last 5 episodes.
What? I liked it.
The second season, I liked it all the way through.
Oh my gosh. It's a lot of drama.
Yeah, it's when it got really dramatic.
Between Piper, like her home life and
her all of a sudden
stuff.
Yeah. When they started getting too much into that, because
you didn't like that?
I don't really like her character, and I think that's why I like the second season more, because it was more about the rest of the prisoners and everybody's backstory. I think I enjoyed that a lot more than just
her.
Yeah.
Well, I think she's the main character, but everybody else, I really enjoyed. I think that's what the second season is about. It's like, okay, first season is mostly surrounded about Piper and her life in this prison, but then second season is more, okay, now you already see these characters, now let's figure out what happened in the backstories, and some of them all of them are actually really good. The
other prisoners, all their characters are unique, whereas Piper, it's like you've seen that character before with Weeds. It's like almost the exact same character as the mother from Weeds. That's if you've watched Weeds all the way through.
No, I haven't.
Where she's
Weeds is more like soccer mom wants to make money, so she starts doing the.
It changes. Yeah, it's like later on when she becomes a prisoner, goes into prison, and it's kind of like I've seen the character before with her character, but all the other ones are unique and more interested in all their backstories. Crazy Eyes, the Russian.
Well, no, I think Piper is different because she was bad, Or she was good, turned bad, and then she
still wasn't really ever bad though. She was just bad company.
Well, there you go. Bad company. She never really did anything bad. It's kind of like wrong place, wrong time.
I just hate that character.
So I don't think that is like the Weeds thing, because Weeds, she intentionally, No.
Well, she kind of fell into it in Weeds. She fell into it.
You don't just fall into selling weed. That's different.
She kind of fell into it.
It's a different thing. But I could see in like prison, she starts being. What I mean by bad is, I guess, more in her prison, she starts being bad.
Mm-hmm.
Where Piper, because she kind of, it's like you gotta fend for yourself and fight, and she gets tougher, and I think that's why I like her, because it's like developing.
Well, I mean, that's the same thing with Weeds, like throughout, like starting at like season 3 and 4.
She's already selling weed that's illegal.
Piper was like dealing kind of also. It's like she was doing illegal stuff. That's when she
wasn't dealing. Do you remember?
She was like she carried it with her. She was like along for the ride
at that time. Yeah.
So she was doing illegal stuff too. They're both doing about equally illegal stuff.
But that was not because she needed the money. That was because she loved the girl.
And then she was just trying to be like in Weeds. It gets to the point where she gets out of doing all that, and she's trying to live a normal life, but then is forced to keep getting drugged back in from other people and her family and stuff. And then she every once in a while,
her family.
Yeah. It gets pretty messed up.
I didn't really like Weeds. That's why I don't want to compare it to Weeds. I really didn't like that show.
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't like it.
I like the first couple of seasons more than Orange is the New Black.
Maybe first season I've seen. And it's just like, did you know, and I think I might have said this in one of our earlier episodes, but I went to California and a couple years, and Weeds is when I saw Weeds, I'm like, that is flippin' California. I've met these women. Seriously. A lot of them have cards and some of them don't. Like, they're just like, yeah, medicated, whatever. You know what I mean? It was really weird. They had a party, and then they're all just like smoking. I'm like, are you kidding? There's a bunch of old like suburban ladies. I don't mean like old, but you know what I mean, like these suburban like
soccer moms.
Yeah, soccer. They're upper middle class kind of ladies.
This is my glaucoma.
Yes, exactly. Like they have a pipe. I'm like, where have I been transported to? This is really weird. Yeah, that's what I thought of when I saw Weeds. What?
Alright. Jumping ship to The Apocalypse has been uncanceled. It was announced on Saturday. Was it Saturday?
The Apocalypse what?
Monday. The Apocalypse has been uncanceled.
Oh, I didn't even know it was canceled.
No, that movie Pacific Rim, they said, today the Apocalypse is canceled. And they're doing Pacific Rim 2. So the advertisements everywhere was The Apocalypse has been uncanceled. It's coming out April 7th, 2017.
Dang, that's a long time away.
I know. Next year's going to be a drought in movies. Seth Rogen in North Korea.
Okay, did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just Seth Rogen. What's the other guy's name?
Seth Rogen and James Franco.
James Franco. So they're making a movie. Oh gosh, can't remember the title of it, but pretty much they're like CIA, FBI.
Their newscasters get recruited by the CIA.
Yeah, and they have to take out Kim Jong-un, pretty much. And anyways, in real life, Kim Jong-un heard about this movie, and he says it's a, what is it, what did he say?
It's an act of war.
Yeah, it's an act of war.
They declared a fatwa. I think that's how you pronounce it. Fatwa.
Oh.
Fatwa.
Wow. Are you speaking French?
No, it said North Korea declared a fatwa against actors Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Yeah, and they said even America, because they said if America lets them release this...
It's called The Interview.
The Interview. Okay. Yeah, they're really upset by it. So stupid. I mean, if you think about it, their country is very controlling, so, I mean, you can't have freedom of speech. So yes, they say it's an act of war, and they will retaliate if this movie is released to Seth Rogen and to America, because America's letting them release this movie. How stupid
They were
is
pretty
that?
pissed about that Team America movie as well.
Yeah. They're just mad people. But they did say that the leader probably will see the movie. So stupid.
Jumping to the other side of Korea, South Korea, they host that international Blizzard. They always host the international Blizzard like StarCraft competitions and stuff. Well, they host like for this year's Hearthstone tournament, no girls allowed. It's always been South Korea's policy in their game tournaments, no girls allowed.
Wow.
And so everyone else is trying to boycott it.
Sexist.
Yeah, but it's always been that way. So if you're
know
female
that.
and you're really good at Hearthstone, you can participate anywhere else in the world except for the big.
This is guys' night? Wow. That's pretty messed up. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know Korea was so sexist.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's necessarily them, but it's the people who run this, and Korea will allow it. That's what that is. Why are you laughing?
I thought it was funny. Let's see. Destiny PlayStation DLC exclusive will be exclusive to the PlayStation until fall 2015. So everyone else will be able to get it.
Just downloadable.
Yeah, the DLCs.
Yeah.
So if you want to get on Xbox One or PC, you can get all the DLCs a year later. But PS4 gets it. Or PS3 and PS4 gets it, yeah, for a full year.
Did Mike pre-order that?
I
Is that what y'all been playing?
And it was really good.
Is it done already?
No. The beta starts in 2 weeks.
What were you guys playing?
The alpha.
What is that?
Then it goes alpha and then beta. The alpha is like kind of like the first playable, kind of playable. And
okay.
then
So alpha's done. And then they're doing the beta.
Beta starts July 17th.
Gotcha. Oh, okay.
And then beta should be up for like a month or so.
You guys enjoyed that?
Mm-hmm. It is really good. It is worth it.
I can't even remember. My brain has been slow.
Oh, they did say, what's his name? The actor. Peter Dinklage. He re-recorded his lines because the big complaint was his voiceovers weren't that great.
Like the acting or something?
Yeah, but it was really early, and
he
went through and finished it up recently.
Okay.
So when the beta comes around,
it should be
much, much better.
What was it about? I don't even remember.
Destiny?
Like, what kind of game was it? Yeah. First-person shooter.
Yeah, it's first-person shooter, MMO. I don't know. No one was paying attention to the story. No one was paying attention to the story. Everybody was trying to level up as fast as possible for the alpha. It was only a 3-day alpha. It's kind of like Halo, pretty much.
I can't even remember. Because after that, Mike started playing this free...
War Thunder.
The flying game?
Yeah, I have it on there as well.
Oh, are you playing that?
I haven't really played it yet. I downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet.
He's getting pretty obsessed with that, so...
But I did pre-order Assassin's Creed Unity.
Oh, did you?
That is going to be awesome. I saw the trailer for it at E3.
I can't believe they come out with... It seems so often.
And I wasn't even going to I was going to be done with Assassin's Creed after this one. But I saw the E3 trailer for it, and the fact the whole thing is 4-player co-op.
That's cool.
Yeah. I was like...
Maybe,
yeah. Yeah. Buy it. PlayStation Now reviews so far have been... Because they kept advertising it like it was going to be a...
PlayStation what?
PlayStation Now.
That's the Apple TV type thing?
No, that's the one where you do... Well, they advertise you pay a monthly subscription, and then you can play like the old PS2, PS1 games on each system. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like it's not going to... So far, it's not going to be monthly. So far, you're paying like $5 to rent it for a couple of days, or $3 rent it for 72 hours and stuff like that.
Oh, so it's like per game.
Yeah.
It's just like if you were to rent it from Blockbuster back in the day type thing.
And it's like, but it's still in beta, so they haven't really announced the final tier of pricing, so they still might do the subscription for it. Only time will tell. And the other thing you missed, but you probably heard of by now, Amazon introduced their Prime Music.
Yes.
So now with your Amazon Prime, you get cheaper shipping, cheaper two-day shipping.
No, you get free 2-day shipping. It's not cheaper. It's free.
Yeah, you're right. It's free 2-day shipping.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking
Prime
because of tax.
On Prime items.
Yeah, on Prime items,
Okay.
free 2-day shipping.
Yes.
You get Amazon Prime
Movies
video.
So it's pretty much like on the movies. It's select movies you get for free also.
Yeah, it's like television shows and movies, and then Amazon
Books.
Prime Music.
And the books.
And the books.
Prime, yeah.
But it's not like, if you break it down, that, what, $100 a month?
No, year.
That's what I meant, $100 a year.
What?
I'm sorry.
It's late.
It's almost midnight.
It's not 100.
It's 100 now.
Is it 100?
It jumped up to 100. That's why I went ahead and got it for the one that was still
Was it
$79.99.
70? Okay. Maybe it was. I don't remember.
I mean, when it was $79.99, you were getting a better deal than a lot of the other places. Now it's $100. You're still getting a pretty good deal because you're getting the music and you're getting the books and you're getting the shipping and the television.
Right.
But I was like looking at CNN this morning where they were talking about what's new this month, what's coming this month on Netflix and on Amazon Prime. I noticed lately Netflix is like listed like this, and the Amazon Prime are like kind of doubling up with because they're trying to catch up. So it's like each month there's more stuff, but it's harder to navigate through Prime than it is Netflix.
It is. Yeah, it is.
I had a hard time figuring out.
Because they also have both. They're like, you can rent the movies there, or you
can
could
buy it.
buy it, or you could just the Prime. So then you got to go to just the Prime side, and then it's weird categorizing, and it'll just scroll through everything. It's really weird.
I almost feel like they purposely want you to accidentally purchase stuff through that.
Maybe, I don't. It tells you, but yeah.
Unless you do like
it's weird.
One click buy. And then Marvel Unlimited. I tested out the Marvel Unlimited app for a month and loved it. It's the Marvel's version of Netflix for their comics. You pay $10 a month, and then you get like the whole catalog of 13,000 comics. And you get.
Do they have a DC one like that?
No, I haven't found a DC one like that
That's
yet.
Interesting.
And I was able to. I read up through the Annihilation storyline and the Annihilation Conquest.
Oh, that's old.
I know,
Old
and that
stuff?
set up the. And that's what sets up Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
And like it ends with the formation of the Guardians of the Galaxy, so I know who Star-Lord is now, and the story behind the team forming up together.
With the one that looks just like Green Lantern type troops.
No, that's Nova.
No, the Guardian of the Galaxy that had this little squirrel, right?
Yeah, they have the squirrel.
Yeah,
but the Green Lantern Corps is the Nova Corps. It's like the Green Lantern Corps. Like Nova Corps, instead of the ring, they use the helmets. And in the Annihilation,
Well, when I saw the
like Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
it's just the five. It's like just the five of them, and every once in a while they get one or two other people. That's just them until because like right now the Nova Corps is destroyed.
Well, it reminds me of Green Lantern. Is what I'm saying now.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, is that
It's Nova
Marvel's?
that's the Green Lantern though. No, Nova is the Marvel's Green Lantern.
because they even have a squirrel in the Green Lantern.
I know. He doesn't have any powers like that.
Well, before me even seeing or hearing, like, this is the first time is the movie.
I'm trying to think what the DC
And
equivalent
when I
would
looked
be.
at that, I was like, oh, is this like a Green Lantern thing? And
No.
because they're in space, flying around.
Yeah, no, Nova.
They don't have powers?
No.
What do they do?
The Nova Corps have powers. They're just, like, the storyline is,
No, don't go through the whole thing.
I'm going to summarize it. There's, like, the evil force that comes through, and they, like, catch the whole galaxy by surprise. First thing they attack is the Nova Corps. This is like the Green Lantern Corps. Instead of the rings, they have the helmets.
No, I'm talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm getting to that. The Nova Corps is the Green Lantern Corps, and they take out almost all of them except for one. He ends up joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's the only one with powers in the Guardians of the Galaxy. They're saying there's rumor he's going to be in the movie. Nathan Fillion is rumored to be playing Nova in the movie.
I still don't get what you're talking about.
Huh? The Nova Corps.
You're talking about Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know. The Nova
So
Corps is the police corps.
I'm saying the Guardians of the Galaxy on that movie that's coming out, and all these superheroes.
I was getting to that. I'm saying the police force is the Nova Force. They get taken out, and so because they're taken out, there's no police force in any galaxy right now because they're intergalactic police force, and they annihilate that whole force, even like the superiors, except for one guy who has like the whole thing stuck in him. So until he has time to rebuild that force back up for the universe, pretty much. Peter Quill, he and Peter Quill and some other people decide that there needs to be some kind of guardians to protect the galaxy until that police force can get up and running. Right. They don't have superpowers.
So what do?
He uses guns. The raccoon uses guns. He's like a master tactician. Groot, the tree guy, he grows big at super strength.
That's pretty much what Green Lantern is, isn't it?
No. Green Lanterns all have powers with their rings.
But
they have powers, and they're actual police officers. They have to be
chosen. Do they later on get chosen to do that?
No. They're all prisoners. Oh. It's like a intergalactic A-team. Prisoners kind of on the run. That
have to be guardians of the galaxy?
They're... One's an assassin.
But this is still like a Green Lantern story, though.
No, it's not a Green Lantern story at all.
But you're talking about the Nova. That's part of
the Nova is a Green Lantern story, but
that's
the
part
Guardians...
of the same thing, though, right?
Not really. They kind of get forced...
Is this the same universe?
It's Marvel Universe.
It's like the story connects, though?
Yeah, all the
Nova
story.
and the galaxy?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
They're nothing like Green Lantern.
Okay.
Green Lantern's police. These are criminals. Two different things. I don't know who the equivalent would be.
It's space, right?
Lobo. Like in DC, where he's the kind of bounty hunter.
No.
You don't know who that is?
Mm-mm. I don't know who Guardians of the Galaxy or your other stuff. And it's too late to be explaining a story to me right now, so...
Let me see what the time's at. Nah, I'm not going to go into the Marvel-verse. Next week, let's talk about Marvel versus the family of Jack Kirby and what it could mean for future Marvel Cinematic Universe and comics. And we'll hopefully been having some issues with the Kickstarter I did, and we'll go into more of that next time.
I told you.
They contacted me, and they
keep contacting me.
I know.
They keep doing that, though.
I'm going to leave a comment on their page tonight asking, y'all
I've been saying,
back
just ask for a refund.
I don't want a refund. I want a ticket to Button-Umathon.
Oh, well, or that.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk to y'all next week. Ta-ta.
Bye.